Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. The news continues at 12:30, and it's so good to have you with us.
After a string of beautiful days, lots of sunshine out there, we're keeping an eye on changes ahead.
It is January, you know, and there is a chance for snow as we reach the end of the week and head for the weekend. WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris is here with a quick check on that forecast. Micah?
Yeah, and I continue to look at the latest weather models, and they're still showing a good chance at least seeing some measurable snow there as we head toward Friday and Saturday. But looking outside, you wouldn't even believe that. I mean, the past few days have just been phenomenal. And here's the real reason why they've been great, not just because they feel great, but our grounds were extremely frozen. I mean, just absolutely frozen. This have really thawed it out. Now, you see outside, we haven't really seen any rain, no snow. And go step out in your yard. Go step out into any grass. It's a bit mushy. It's because it's thawing out. And that's perfect for us. We need that live sky camera, especially since we're looking toward the weekend. That's when we could see some snow. But today, still pleasant, right around 50 degrees. This could be the 5th day in a row we see temperatures there in the 50s. Could be. And that Friday and Saturday, yeah, I'll go over the latest forecast and really jot down what we're seeing coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. In the news at this hour, a woman accused of giving birth and placing the baby in a garbage bag is returning to court this afternoon.
Cassandra Haney is charged with attempted murder for the incident earlier this month in Winchester. WKYT's Sam Smith is in Clark County now with a preview of the hearing. It's our top story at 12:30. Sam?
Cassandra Haney is expected inside a Clark County courtroom in less than an hour. Police say back on January 9th, she gave birth to a baby boy in her home. Police called the birth suspicious because they say she gave birth into a toilet. Police say she left her infant inside that toilet for at least 15 minutes. And then the baby was put in a garbage bag. They say Haney told police she didn't know she was pregnant. Police say her roommate heard the baby crying, confronted Haney, and demanded to see what was in the bag, and then called 911. Police and social services responded to the home on Linden Avenue to take Haney and her baby to the hospital. Haney was arrested on January 12th. She's charged with attempted murder and tampering with evidence. Her video arraignment was last week. She pleaded not guilty to her charges. Again, her preliminary hearing is at 1:30 this afternoon. In Clark County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The baby was released from the hospital yesterday. He's now in foster care. A Clay County woman accused in the death of her paralyzed husband pleaded not guilty this morning. State police upgraded charges against Amy Burkhardt from criminal abuse to murder and rearrested her yesterday. Police say her husband Charles was dehydrated and malnourished when he was brought to the hospital last week. He later died. Police say Burkhardt was supposed to care for him but neglected him instead.
Charges have been dropped against a man accused of kidnapping. 19-year-old Dwayne Wainscott was charged after another man claimed that Wainscott forced his way into his car, threatened him with a gun, and told him to drive to Lexington. That man, James Dixon, has since been charged with falsely reporting an incident. According to an arrest warrant, Dixon admitted to making up the story. A man suspected of leading police on a wild chase is out of the hospital now. Police in Laurel County say 18-year-old Donald Fox stole a constable's cruiser over the weekend and then led them on a chase and then tried to run over a police officer. They finally tased him when he jumped out of the cruiser. He spent several days at UK Hospital being treated for a collapsed lung. His arraignment is scheduled for today.
A man is dead after crashing into a fire hydrant. It happened last night on South Shore Drive. The Fayette County Coroner's Office says 41-year-old Sean Parker wasn't seriously hurt in the crash. Rather, he died from a sudden cardiac event. The crash caused water damage in the neighborhood and caused a scare for one homeowner.
They asked me to move my car out of my garage because they said the bottom of my driveway would probably collapse from where there was so much water running from the fire hydrant being broken.
Crews say it will take the rest of the day to repair the driveway and the fire hydrant. Well, a man and his aunt are in jail accused of trying to kidnap his children. London police say Ronnie Hensley doesn't have custody of the two children. Now, we're told he and Rhonda Hensley assaulted the children's grandmother and took the children from outside London Pediatrics yesterday. State police and deputies quickly stopped the pair in Whitley County. Ronnie Hensley is charged with custodial interference. Both he and Rhonda Hensley are charged with assault.
Well, we're learning more information today about how the Lexington Parking Authority plans to refund money after admitting that it mistakenly doubled some fines for years. The mistake came to light yesterday following weeks of inquiries by WKYT News. Gary Means, the executive director of the Lexington Parking Authority, told us that he believes 6,300 tickets for expired meters were incorrectly doubled between 2008 and 2012. Means says $95,000 was mistakenly collected. This morning he told us that Lex Park is compiling a list of drivers who may have been overcharged. He says they will be contacted by mail about receiving a refund.
An historic move is nearly complete. Workers spent the night moving a two-story Danville house to a site on Center College's Greek Row. Planning took months, but the move only lasted about an hour and a half. Officials say it was no simple task.
The thing of it is, we went through the middle of Danville with it, and to take care of all the obstacles and all the people involved, it was quite a feat. It was quite a feat to have it done.
Now, crews will move the house to its permanent foundation as soon as possible. Then it will be renovated.
Toyota has broken ground on a new North American facility. The company used a Toyota pickup to officially dig into the new grounds in Plano, Texas. The building will be home to the Toyota new U.S. sales headquarters. Many employees are being transferred from Kentucky, California, and New York out to that new facility. Well, coffee may protect against skin cancer, and pneumonia could be linked to cardiovascular disease.
Ebony Williams has details in this Better Living report.
A new study finds that patients hospitalized for pneumonia face a significantly higher risk for heart attack or stroke. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association was based on the health records of close to 4,000 patients. It concludes that doctors need to work harder to prevent pneumonia, especially among the elderly. There's a new warning about health risks associated with bisphenol A. The chemical is used as a lining in food cans and plastic bottles. The Endocrine Society finds exposure to BPA during pregnancy is linked to insulin resistance and inflammation. Those are risk factors that could increase the baby's chances of developing diabetes or heart disease later in life. And a new study finds drinking coffee may lower the risk of a deadly form of skin cancer. Researchers at the National Cancer Institute looked at the coffee habits of about 500,000 participants. They found those who drank 4 or more cups a day of caffeinated coffee had a 20% lower risk for malignant melanoma. The study points out results are preliminary and may not apply to all populations. Those are some of the day's top medical stories. Ebony Williams, CBS News, New York.
And there's much more to come on WKYT News at 12:30. The Carnegie Center inducts the first living writer into the Kentucky Writers Hall of Fame. Find out who's receiving that honor.
Also, entertaining children without emptying your wallet. The Frugal is here with some great ideas.